What do you think people are leaving behind in the crypto space? I think some people may have felt like the boat has sort of gone out to sea when you see Bitcoin going to the moon and that sort of thing.
So people are speculating on Bitcoin. So I tell people just be careful because I understand the solid foundation, but on top of that, you've got a big speculator layer. So just make sure you can manage through that.
This is actually a revolution in technology and a new way of doing things. If we look at the previous cycles after they halved the supply of Bitcoin, called the halving cycle, the price tends to go up 10, 20, 50x in a 20-year horizon. Yes, it is a threat to the dollar, but there's no asset that looks like this.
So only a tiny percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy the video,
See when you see Bitcoin going to the moon and that sort of thing. What are people leaving behind if they don't get in on this?
If they don't get in on it, they're leaving behind at a top level the biggest revolution that we've seen in the internet and money, and the mix of those two combined that we will ever see in our lifetimes. This is actually a revolution in technology and a new way of doing things. So it's not just an investment, it's actually a really broad-reaching thing, and that's Bitcoin plus Ethereum and all the other parts of this digital asset network. But in terms of price, if we look at the previous cycles after they halved the supply of Bitcoin, called the halving cycle, happens every few years and it's predictable and forecastable, the price tends to go up 10, 20, 50x. And it would suggest that the price still has maybe another 400% to go, maybe even more this year, right? There's no asset that looks like this. Sure, you can speculate in options in gaming stocks or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
but nothing as a trillion-dollar asset class has this kind of upside. So that's the potential that's there. So even if you think, well, what happens if it falls 50%? So 50% is your downside and your upside.
And you talked about in terms of changing money. Is this a threat to the U.S. dollar, or will this remain sort of two different things in different universes?
In a longer term, in a 20-year horizon, yes, it is a threat to the dollar. But nobody wants their dollar to go up and down 5% a day, which is what Bitcoin does.
Yeah.
It's not stable. It's a store of value. It's more like gold right now. And its very existence caused the central banks, like the Federal Reserve, to set up their own versions of digital currencies. So it all starts slotting into this new digital world. So they understand that it's there, that people want to use it, people want to save in it, make investments, but they also want to make sure that it exists as part of the system that is already in place, because they want your taxes, obviously.
Yeah. Now, as you say, I mean, as something is appreciating in value, why would I want to spend it, right? I might want to just hold on to it and let it to keep accumulating, right? So is there's something probably out there coming in the next couple of years that we don't even that we don't know about, or do you have your eye on maybe something maybe that's the Bitcoin of 2013 that might be used, or maybe the next big asset, or something that could actually be used as money?
So look, Bitcoin is one thing, which might be the store of value that might turn to money. But there's a whole world of digital assets out there. And many people watching this have seen everything from these digital pieces of art called non-fungible tokens. One of those sold today for $69 million. That's one thing. There's platforms like Ethereum where people are building the future of the Internet of Value.
Mm-hmm.
These things have real value. There are also other protocols, tokens, platforms that let all of these different things speak to each other. Like you and I don't know what computer you're on, I don't know what internet provider you're on, and we don't care, right?
Right.
Because it's called interoperability. That whole layer is going to come too. So we're not worrying about Bitcoin. We won't want to invest in it, but if I want to send you money, I don't care how it happens. Or if you want to charge for this video and make it instantly streaming, it may happen over Ethereum, but nobody cares. You care because you get the money at the end of it.
Right.
So there is a huge world of this that's all coming. So I'm a big fan of Ethereum, and I'm a big fan of a lot of these other projects. Problem is when you go further out on the risk curve, you don't know which ones are going to really survive and get the network effects.
Yeah.
But Ethereum clearly has got the network effect. Bitcoin has. This whole space now is 1.7 trillion. If we compare it to the global equity market or global bond market, those are kind of 300 or 400 trillion in size. So you can see how big this can actually get over the next, 10, 20 years.
I've seen a prediction from you. I believe this was from a couple of months ago. Bitcoin could hit 1 million by, I think it was 2025. Are you still on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically following the trend line, the logarithmic trend line that it's been following since its inception. So I'm not saying anything racy. It just sounds like a big number.
Yeah.
But it would make sense. Now, we will have a big down cycle before we get there as well. And that's normal too. Those are some of the features of the Bitcoin price cycle. It tends to explode up, it then comes down a lot, and then it starts building again. And that next cycle should get to $1 million, maybe more, who knows?
A little bit of a side point here. You mentioned gaming stocks. I'm thinking particularly of GameStop. But just a quick thing, is that seemed to be a sort of, I guess, democratization a little bit of investing, of a bunch of little guys coming together. Is that sort of like what we're seeing in this digital revolution? Is that sort of in the same frame, the same vein?
What's amazing is imagine being able to own a share of the internet, not Google, but the internet. Or a share of the monetary system. That's what this is. That's how democratizing it is. So it's not like you can own a stock and doesn't that make me feel free and liberated and democratized? No, this is owning a stake of the future. It's something much bigger. It's the most democratic investment I think we've ever had. And it's extraordinary because also people might go, but I can't afford to spend $50,000 on Bitcoin.
Right.
The magic is it goes down to 8 decimal places. So you can put in $10 and you can save $10 every month, or you can save $1,000 every month, or you can buy a whole Bitcoin. So that makes it also democratic because shares, you can't do that. Fractional shares, they're coming. And some of the platforms like Robinhood have fractional shares, but this by definition is fractional. So it makes it affordable to even the poorest person.
Is there a bubble in the stock market, Raul?
Yes and no. Yes, because the speculative activity is almost the highest on record, or if not the highest on record, above and beyond what we saw in 2000 in the dot-com bubble. So there's too many people buying options, too many people punting stocks that are valueless, hedge funds with too much exposure, mutual funds with too little cash. It's all in the market. Everyone's all in. So is there the potential for this whole thing to have a sharp, nasty unwind? Mm-hmm. Yes. But over time, the stock market is reflecting something else, something much more important, which is the rise of central banks and their balance sheets, i.e. the printing of money. Many people talk about, well, it's inflationary, yet CPI doesn't go up a lot. Right. But people feel poorer. What's going on? Well, the magic is when you move away from using the US dollar as the denominator of something and use the central bank balance sheet where there's all this excessive supply. So if you divide the S&P 500 by the Fed's balance sheet, what happened is, and this feels like it actually is in reality for all of us, the stock market never really recovered from 2008. It trades in a sideways range.
Bitcoin is 3 things. Bitcoin is a technology. Bitcoin is a network, and Bitcoin is also a cryptocurrency. Now, Bitcoin as a technology is not regulated. Much like the internet, the Bitcoin network could be considered a public good. First, Bitcoin is decentralized, which means no entity or group has the power to block or censor the use of the network. Second, Bitcoin is its own asset, backed by its own scarcity and the demand for it. There is no entity that holds assets that give Bitcoin value. Lastly, Bitcoin is permissionless, meaning anyone in any part of the world has the ability to enter and exit the network without requiring permission.
After 25 years of the internet, it still takes 3 to 5 days to send money from here to a country that's not in Europe. a giant network of centralized, closed, corrupt systems that are sucking money out of the poorest people on this planet. Imagine what happens if you bring banking to an app, to a $20 Android, to everyone who has a smartphone. 3.5 to 4 billion people are on the internet today. Just over 1 billion people of those have banking. We're going to bring it to the other 6 billion fast.
Gold is a store of value. Bitcoin is an entire network. Right? One aspect of what Bitcoin is a store of value. That's another reason I don't understand all the constant comparisons to gold, because you're limiting what it is. And if you say to an investor, oh, it's just digital gold, they're like, no, it's not. And that's it. But if you say to them, this is an invention akin to the invention and discovery of electricity, or the invention of the combustible engine, then they're like, what are you talking about? It's just digital gold, you said. No, it's not. That's one little aspect of what Bitcoin is. This Satoshi's white paper solved the Byzantine generals problem. That's a big deal. No one else was able to solve that problem. The mechanics of how Bitcoin works is very complex, but it's an unbelievable creation. What have we had that turns energy into security?
In 10,000 years, look at what humanity has accomplished. I mean, we've gone from the swamps to the stars. We've literally put a robot on Mars. Humanity is incredibly creative, incredibly innovative. We're just in the very beginning, and most people don't have any idea what they're doing. They don't even know what Bitcoins are. And there are really only two things in this life that are strictly limited in amount. One is time, and the other is Bitcoin, which means that you want to increase your balance sheet in terms of Satoshis, because you can buy almost an unlimited amount of other people's time if you have enough Satoshis.
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill, okay? We are entering a completely world of uncharted water right now.
Have you made any investments in Bitcoin?
So, I mean, I personally own Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund. I own Bitcoin in my private account. It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. Because what you're talking about right now is, for the next 3 to 5 years, an unbelievably better store of value. It is gold 2.0.
I think this is a currency that's really going to work eventually.
Well, I think it is working, and there will be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin, and people have made fortunes out of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, there is no Bitcoin company, there is no Bitcoin building, there's not even a Bitcoin server anywhere that you could shut down. It is completely distributed. That's what's unique about Bitcoin. It is, for the first time, a way for the two of us to exchange value online without a third-party intermediary. Until the invention of Bitcoin, for you and me to exchange money online, we had to employ a third party, like PayPal, like Visa, like MasterCard, right? And we live in the 21st century. If we want to have a video call to China, we can do that for free. But to send a couple $100, which is essentially just ones and zeros being moved around, costs 5% plus takes over a day.
Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place. And of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient.
You'll see Bitcoin trading at 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Rick Falkvinia does an excellent analysis. He predicts that Bitcoin will capture between 1 and 10% of the global Forex market, which implies a price of between $100,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. Most of the people who are on the sidelines not buying Bitcoin today will start to buy Bitcoin when it gets over 1,000. And then a greater percentage of people will definitely plow into Bitcoin when it starts to get over 10,000.
It's still predicting Bitcoin $10,000 per Bitcoin in 3 years.
Casares, he's the CEO of Zappo, which is a Bitcoin wallet and Bitcoin vault.
I think it's mostly a very positive thing. I think we're going to see ups and downs like with any other emerging technology. But I think Bitcoin is here to stay, and it makes sense that it be taxed and treated like any other.
So let's make a bold call here. In 10 years, what do you think Bitcoin will be worth? One Bitcoin?
Between $500,000 and $1 million.
A lot of people are just seeing the charts and thinking, how high will it go? What I'm doing is counting backwards. I mean, this is a transactional currency, and it is a store of value. As such, it is a product and a service competing on a very tangible market for stores of value and for transactional currencies.
Okay, guys, the next video that I'm going to play, all right, before we bring our crypto education to an end, is Bitcoin mining. So for Bitcoins to be created and come on the market, because Bitcoin is a digital currency and not a physical currency, all right, it has to be mined using special computers. Okay, so this process is called mining. All right, so this is how Bitcoin gets on the market, just the same way how we have gold, and those gold are mined out of the ground, and the miners then sell that gold that they mine out of the ground into the market. Same thing happens here, but what does the mining is the computers, all right, in this case, creating a digital currency, and that digital currency then is sold into the market. All right, so this is the process of the mining.
Right now, the world is basically in the middle of a second gold rush. But the thing is, it's not gold that people are actually after this time around. It's Bitcoin, the biggest, baddest cryptocurrency on the planet. But the thing about Bitcoin is that because it's a digital currency, you obviously can't just dig it out of the ground with a pickaxe. So to get a better sense of how cryptocurrency mining works, we're here in northern Washington to visit one of the biggest Bitcoin mines in the United States and to see what goes on behind the scenes.
The whirring sound you're hearing is the sound of 1,800 servers computing. This is a mining facility. So we operate ASIC servers specifically for the Bitcoin blockchain protocol. As you can see, it's a warehouse environment. Our facilities manufacture about 7 Bitcoin per day.
The servers in this room do that by solving a difficult math problem called a cryptographic hashing function. In the simplest possible terms, they're solving a puzzle that's generated by the Bitcoin network. About every 10 minutes, a new puzzle or block in the chain is released. The reward for solving that puzzle is currently 12.5 Bitcoins. Working together, all the Bitcoin miners on Earth unlock about 1,800 Bitcoins each day, and about 0.4% of those are mined in this very room. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when we filmed this video, this Bitcoin mine generated about $70,000 a day. That's $2.1 million a month, all in this one room.
These are ASIC processors, application-specific integrated circuits. The chip design is specifically to run the protocol that is Bitcoin blockchain. It's code, right? It's specifically a chip design to run that code at a much higher rate of speed.
Okay, all right, good afternoon, everyone. And thanks for joining us this afternoon. My name is Christopher, I'm your presenter. Okay, we just completed our crypto education. Now, let's look and see where Bitcoin is at the present moment. So let me just share my screen. And guys, you can find this information simply by going to Google, all right, and just type in Bitcoin price. And Bitcoin price will bring you just here. All right, so let's refresh. And there we are. So right now we are sitting at 57,733 US dollars per Bitcoin. Many persons, especially new persons hearing about Bitcoin and seeing this price was saying to themselves, you know, well, I'm definitely too late to get involved because look at this price and they can never afford a Bitcoin. But guys, I don't want you to say it like that. All right. Let me explain to you how Bitcoin works. Now, just see Bitcoin as a currency and see the price here as the exchange rate. So therefore, regardless of the exchange rate, you can buy into the currency at any amount. So therefore, you can decide, like, I want $10 worth in Bitcoin. I want $50 worth. I want $100 worth, $1,000 worth, $10,000 worth. As guys say, you can buy a full Bitcoin. So every single person can get involved actually owning part of this digital asset. Now, there are only 21 million Bitcoins in total, all right? But one Bitcoin can be broken down into 100 million parts. The smallest part of a Bitcoin is they're called Satoshis, or we call it bit. All right, that means bit as in Bitcoin. That means you have the opportunity to earn a bit of the coin. All right. Now, of course, the more bits of the coin you own, it's better for you because as the coin go up in value, it means that bit that you own will also increase in value. Okay, so if Bitcoin jumped 20% tomorrow and you only have a tenth of a Bitcoin, that tenth would increase by 10% in value. Not the amount that would increase, but the value would increase. All right, you will still own a tenth, but that tenth now has a higher value. And that's how Bitcoin works. Okay, so let's also look at Bitcoin as it relates to a commodity on the market. All right, now let me refresh this page as well. Okay, now what we're looking at here, guys, is the Fortune 500 companies are listed, okay, all around the world. And there are about 11,000 of them listed here by asset and ranking by market cap. Now, what is market cap? Market cap basically is the amount of money invested, okay, in the commodity or in the company, or right? So therefore, here we can see a lot of top companies listed here. I'm just going to run through a few that you are familiar with. Everyone have heard about Coca-Cola. Yeah, Coca-Cola right now is ranked number 46 in the world as far as market cap. How is that? Okay, right now they have a market cap of $229 billion. All right, the share for Coca-Cola is 53.23. All right, let's go up. Okay, PayPal. Again, a lot of persons have heard about PayPal. PayPal is ranked number 33 in the world with a market cap of $306 billion. All right, the PayPal shares right now is selling at $261.44. Okay, then we have Home Depot. We have American Bank of America. All these are big names, guys, and companies that have been around for a while. MasterCard, another big company here. Walmart, Johnson & Johnson. These are the guys who are also doing the vaccinations. All right. Okay, we have JP Morgan and Chase, two big banks that come together, merge together. All right. We have Visa, Samsung, big names here, guys. Now, Samsung is ranked number 15. All right. We have Alibaba and Tesla. Tesla is ranked number 11. Facebook, ranked number 9. Facebook now has a market cap of $887 billion with a share value of $311.58. And here's Bitcoin sitting at number 8. Okay. And where's the market cap for Bitcoin? $1.08 trillion. Okay. Again, and the price, 57,816 US dollars per Bitcoin. Now, who's ahead of Bitcoin? We have silver, we have Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, and gold. Gold is sitting at number 1, right? And there's no other asset there that's even close to gold. The closest is Apple at $2 trillion, 2.1 trillion. All right, gold is sitting at $11 trillion, guys. This is money that you can't even spend in your lifetime. Your children can't spend their lifetime, and their children can't spend in their lifetime. All right, this is a lot of money here. Okay, now reason I'm pointing this out to you guys because Bitcoin is climbing this ladder and coming up, and it will replace gold and become the number 1, okay, asset that top companies would invest in, millionaires would invest in, billionaires would invest in. Why is that? Because this is where they're putting the money right now in gold. And why they're putting their money in gold? They're putting their money in gold because gold is the honest asset, guys, that can protect them from inflation. Honest asset that can protect them from inflation. All right. So therefore, gold is what we call have a good store value. That means you save your money in gold. And guess what? Over time, All right, it is other up in value, but it was not going to be reduced in value due to inflation. Now, Bitcoin is replacing that because Bitcoin now is also another store of value, another commodity that you can store value in, because Bitcoin increased in value over time as well. Okay, now why is Bitcoin also going to replace gold? Because guys, we're living in a digital world and we know that everything is going digital. Our money is also going digital as well. So therefore, if our money go digital, it means there has to be something or another currency, a digital currency that head up that digital monetary system as well. All right, because gold is the head, really, even though we are using fiat currency, guys, before there were paper money, the currency that of the times back then used to be silver and gold. Okay, and even though they move over to paper money, gold is still that number one commodity that top investors and billionaires and millionaires liquidate their assets and put it into gold. All right. Now, so it means a lot of companies have what we call gold reserves. All right. Now, a lot of companies are moving, and that's why you see so much money going into Bitcoin already, because a lot of the top companies, all right, some of the same companies that you see listed here, Tesla just put what $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. All right. So Facebook, also PayPal, also all these companies are putting their money into Bitcoin as well, a good store of value to start storing their wealth in, because they know for a fact that the world is digital, and therefore our money is going to move into digital format, and therefore we will need also to store in a digital format. And if you're going to store in a digital format, you still also need a what? An asset that would also preserve it from losing value. Furthermore, you want asset that would increase its value over time, and that's what Bitcoin will offer. So Bitcoin will replace gold, and it's not that gold will go out of, gold will always be around, but it will no longer become that number one asset for storing value. Bitcoin will become that number one asset. Okay, so let's go now into our presentation. Just give me a minute, guys. Let me just pull up. I didn't realize I haven't opened it. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so once again, good afternoon to all those persons who are now joining us. My name is Christopher Brain. I'm the little short that keeps on shooting. Guys, I have been involved in cryptocurrency for just 5 to 6 years. And how did I get involved in this space? Basically, just trying to, bring my business, because at the time I was involved in network marketing and it was marketing products for a company overseas and building a business around those products. And I wanted to give myself an online presence because I didn't just want to do the physical, normal way of marketing, but I want to be able to reach out to persons outside of my country and let them know what products I have and the business that I was offering. So that's how I then got involved in crypto, by being online and trying to build a website and so on, and then reaching out to the international community, all right, with my products and services. Therefore, then I saw Bitcoin being advertised online. Now, when I took a look at Bitcoin, well, I can't even say take a look at it. It came across, okay, my space, and I ignored it. To be very honest, I ignored it. I didn't see anything much in it. When it came across my radar again, guys, Bitcoin was sitting at the price of 267 US dollars. And I said to myself, why would I want to buy that? You understand? Because I didn't see any reason for buying it, because I thought it was just like monopoly money. I thought it was just money on the internet, but didn't have any value in the real world. If you guys have played the monopoly game, exactly. You can spend, you can buy hotels, gas stations, but in the real world, this is just paper, have no value. And I saw Bitcoin like that, so therefore I did not make an attempt even to research it, do anything like that. When I saw Bitcoin again, Bitcoin was sitting at the price between 900 to 1,000 US dollars for one. And that's when I saw companies were taking it as an online payment. You could have do things, a little tasks online, view ads and stuff, and earn a few Satoshis, okay, things like that. And I decided, okay, to start playing around with on that level. And then I got involved with a company that was offering a way of investing it, and they'll give you back a return. And therefore, I got involved, bought myself some Bitcoins and put it to be invested and earned myself 27 Bitcoins back then. Now, guys, the reason I've started to educate persons about Bitcoin because I don't want you to make the same mistake I made with this digital asset. We're talking an asset that's rare, one, an asset that's increasing in value, two, all right? An asset that can be used as a transactional currency, an asset that has a backing of the a technology behind it that's now evolving and now becoming adopted, a mass adoption all around the world, all right? And that's the blockchain technology. The banks are now using the technology as well for their banking system, all right? Now, so therefore, I didn't know any of this about this particular asset. And therefore, even I saw the opportunity to make some money and I cash out some of those Bitcoins back then. Give you an example. All right, here's an example of my screenshot from my digital wallet. Now, this is back in 2017. Back in 2017, out of the 27 Bitcoins I earned, this is about 3.95 Bitcoin withdraw, okay, from my account. And I've sold those. Now, what I earned from those was 11,608 US dollars. All right, 11,600. That's not bad. I mean, that's pretty okay. That's pretty good money, right? Because you're talking in US dollars as well. Now, let's fast forward today. Okay, same 3.95 Bitcoin, and this is the same amount, and it's showing me in my wallet that if I kept those Bitcoins, those same 3.95 Bitcoins, guys, have a value of 223,285 US dollars. So you can see, I really did cash that out way too early. All right, because again, I did not understand the asset as it evolves, and continue to increase in value. I just saw the opportunity to make some money, and I took it. Right, not realizing that it's an asset that you should be thinking about hanging on to long term. The main benefit really comes to you long term. Yes, there's some short term benefits because, of course, I did make some profit there, right? But the real benefit really came long term. Now, if I had those same 27 Bitcoins, we're now talking a value of over $3 million, okay, as opposed to a few $1,000s I would have earned back then. All right. So, why do you want to hold on to Bitcoin? Because, guys, it is the currency of the future. Okay, so Bitcoin is a digital currency and it's also a cryptocurrency. And when I say digital, it means, okay, that it's not a physical currency, all right? And crypto, guys, it means the increase in value, okay? It's operated on a blockchain, is decentralized, okay? So that basically means the network is decentralized and not centralized. That means it's distributed all across the world. That brings the security level of the Bitcoin level way up, because it means there's no one central location that can be destroyed or unplugged or shut down, okay, that will destroy the whole Bitcoin protocol or network. All right, so it is distributed all across the world. For Bitcoin to be closed down, guys, you're telling me then you have to close the internet down. Is it possible? Oh yeah, but in reality, guys, let's think about it. Can the internet be shut down? Yes, it can. But is it likely? Not really. Why? Because there's so much now evolves around the internet and depend on the internet for their existence. All right. We know then the internet is going to be here for a very long time, and so too will be Bitcoin. All right. Okay, so Bitcoin can be used as a way to start saving. Why would you want to start saving your money in this digital asset, guys? Because it's the best way to protect your money from inflation. If the big companies, if the multimillionaires and billionaires are protecting their wealth this way, for some of us, we don't have the kind of wealth that they have. So therefore, we more than ever need it as well to protect what little wealth we have. All right. So Bitcoin is one of the best ways to start saving your money. You need to start to understand that you need to start converting some of your fiat dollars. Your fiat dollars basically is the currency that you put into the bank. That's what we call fiat. All right. You need to start taking some of that money and converting it slowly into Bitcoin and saving it. Okay. Also, you can get involved in investing with Bitcoin. Is one of the best ways, just like how I did back in 2017. My introduction into investing again was through Bitcoin, and I earned myself pretty decent sum there just because I did it with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is definitely one of the best ways for persons who want to get involved in investing. All right. Also, you can use Bitcoin just like a transactional currency, just like the euro, okay, or the US dollar. or Barbados dollar, Jamaican dollar, whatever currency, all right, that you are holding, all right, you can transact business, okay, with Bitcoin and buy anything around the world, all right, online. Okay, now Bitcoin is not stored in your bank. Your typical bank account cannot use to store Bitcoin. You actually use an app, okay? You can download it from the Play Store, or you can go directly on the website, theblockchain.com, and register for a Bitcoin wallet. Now, your Bitcoin wallet is stored on your device. So whether you have a phone, a computer, um, an iPad, okay, whatever device you're using, you can actually store your Bitcoin on there. Now, the beautiful thing about Bitcoin, you become your own bank. So you're responsible for how the money move, okay? You keep it, you decide when you want to spend it, okay? When you want to get more, it's all up to you. Do not have to go to any financial institution to get approval, okay, to move Bitcoin, whether it be $1 or $1 million, all right? You're the one who actually controls the in and out of this currency. All right, so let's look at a little history on Bitcoin. The first Bitcoin was mined, and I just share a video with you about mining. So that the first Bitcoin was mined back in 2009. And guys, there are thousands of miners across the world, thousands. All right, that was just one facility. All right, but when Bitcoin was first mined back in 2009, one Bitcoin was sold at the price of 1 US cent for one. Wow, can you imagine buying one Bitcoin at 1 US cent? Now, if you had an idea that Bitcoin would be actually $57,000, all right, and you can get it at 1 cent, how much would you purchase? Ask yourself that question. How much would you purchase? Would you only buy $100 worth? Would you only buy $1,000 worth? How much would you purchase knowing clearly, okay, that one would now have a value of 58,000 US dollars? I think, guys, you try to get your hand on as many as you can, all right? Now, there are only 21 million Bitcoins in circulation, in supply, in total supply, all right? That means there are only 21 million that can be mined in total, all right? Now, there are 18 million that have already been mined to date. We have 18 million that have already been mined already. Now, that means only 3 million is left to come into circulation. Bitcoin has an event that takes place, okay, within the Bitcoin protocol, which is called a halving every 4 years. Every 4 years, okay, the Bitcoin goes through something called a halving. That means the supply, the daily supply is cut in half. So the daily amount that comes out from mining is cut in half. Guys, the last 4 years, we were at 1,800 a day. All right, now, okay, we are now 900 Bitcoins per day being mined. All right, and don't care how much miners you add, you cannot mine no more than 900 per day. Next 4 years, 900 will be cut in half. The next 4 years, that amount will be cut in half. All right, so that's how it works. And therefore, what that does is a kind of guarantee a Bitcoin price increase. Now, let's look at the last halving that took place. In 2012, we had a halving, okay? In 2016, we had a halving. In 2020, we had a halving. Now, 1 year after every halving, guys, that's when Bitcoin would normally reach its all-time high, which we call that the peak, all right, for the season. And it goes through what? A 4-year season all the time. Okay, so 2013 was the peak. 2017, after the halving in 2016 was the peak. And now, guys, 2020 was the halving last year. That means 2021 will be the peak. Where are we right now? We are sitting at 57,000. And guys, we started the year at 29,000. All right. Now, the peak, guys, is estimated to be, okay, this is just a evaluation given, okay, based on Bitcoin past performance. So the peak, guys, is estimated to be around 350,000 to 500,000 for one Bitcoin. Okay, so let's look at two individuals that I would have recommended Bitcoin to back then in 2017. We have Ethan and we have Anne. Now, one person participate with Bitcoin as it relates to saving. The other person participate with Bitcoin as it relates to investing. Ethan take part in the saving part of Bitcoin. He bought $25 worth in Bitcoin. He saved it on his wallet. Save it and forget it. 2 years after, okay, because again, as I said, you should always look at this asset as a long-term asset. Okay, you're not buying and selling buy today and sell it tomorrow. No, you look at it long-term, especially if you're trying to save for a big project. All right, children education, building a home. Therefore, this is the type of asset then that you want. Okay, now Ethan put down $25, and in 2 years, 2019, he cashed it out okay, and he was able to cash out $459. Now, put that in the ordinary financial system. Can you put that in the bank or the credit union and have that happen? No way. No way. All right. So this is the beauty of saving your money in cryptocurrency and in Bitcoin in particular. Okay, Anno, on the other hand, she bought $125 worth in Bitcoin. It was not a full Bitcoin, it was about a tenth at that time. And she invested it and she earned herself 13 Bitcoins, which gave her a cash out value of 35,000 US dollars. So here we are again. One person invests, one person save, but both persons benefit in the long run still. All right. Of course, Anne would have had a better benefit because she invests. And this is what I'm saying to persons, you know, it's about time we understand the importance of investing, especially for persons who want to become debt free, who want to have financial freedom, right? Who want to generate what we call or earn wealth that will be able to pass on to the next generation. You have to consider investing because you're not going to get there just by saving. How many persons that you know of who have become multimillionaires just saving? I don't know about you guys, but I've been taught just to save. From the time I come out, I've been told, save your money, Chris, save your money. You know, you're a young man, save your money. You know, you don't have any responsibility, save your money. You ever heard this term, save your money for a rainy day? Yeah, always about saving. But have anyone actually taught you about investing when you were coming up as a youngster or a young person? Nope. My grandmother, my mom, my dad, my uncle, my aunt, no one in my family line talk to me or tell me anything about investing, but they all say to me about saving. And this is what I'm saying to you guys. We need to pass on this education to our children so that they understand the importance, okay, of investing. You know, we live in a society where we know that there are a small group in our society that teach their children different than that. They teach their children from day one to invest. Furthermore, from telling their children are little babies, they already buy stocks in companies for them already. All right. So now their money is working for them. And this is what we have to understand is about time we start looking at life different and start just working for money, spending 40 to 45 years of our life given to a company, a business, okay, and we just working for money. And therefore, when we come up to retirement, you understand, some persons have to go back to work. Can you imagine that? After retiring, you know, you have to after working 40 to 45 years of your life, then you still have to go back to work. I mean, that's sad, huh? And that's because you really don't understand the importance of putting your money to work. And guys, I'm saying to you, it's about time you understand that if you get involved in crypto, you can put that crypto to work so that you can go enjoy your life with your family. Now, the Paterm Group International guys, we are able to partner with them, and they're the persons responsible for putting our crypto to work. So you're able to convert your dollars into Bitcoin, and the Paterm Group will actually trade that Bitcoin and increase your wealth. All right. Now you got to understand this also that if your money is not working, simply if your money is not working, it means then you are the one who's doing the work. But what if you had the opportunity to put your money to work? And if you can put your money to work, now you're the one who now can do what? Stop working and enjoy your life with your family. You know, go and and have that dream vacation or do the things that you really want to do, okay, with your time, because you must understand how valuable your time is. And when you lose it, you cannot get it back. All right. So let's look at how we can put your money to work using the Paterm Group International. Now, who has this company? A gentleman by the name of Mr. Harvey Palafox. Now, he's a former president and co-founder of AI Trades Global. He's a president and co-founder of AI Trades Philippines. He was born in the Philippines, raised in America. He lived there for 43 years. He's a family man, and he's a professional network marketer for 16 years. And he has a company that have already assisted, 21 persons to become multi-millionaires. The company is very good at what they do. They already have offices established in Estonia, in the United Kingdom, in the Philippines, in Singapore, and also in the United States, now in Las Vegas. The president of PGI Global is Ms. Helen Graham. The vice president and chief operation officer, Mr. Mark Davis. And let's take a look at the line of products that PGI do carry. They carry what we call ATM, crypto ATM machines. And these ATM machines are especially designed for cryptocurrency because as I mentioned to you guys, cryptocurrency will be the currency of the future. So these ATMs will be going all across the world. Now, to the ATMs, of course, you'll be able to buy your Bitcoin and your other cryptocurrencies. Also, you're able to sell it back to the machine as well. Okay. Now we have Bitcoin trading platform because the company is a Bitcoin trading company. They trade Bitcoin. They do not buy Bitcoin, guys, from us. We have to come to the table with Bitcoin, giving them our Bitcoin to trade on our behalf. So therefore, you don't have to learn about trading. You don't have to be able to read any charts, anything like that. Okay. No, it's a stop loss, nothing like that. You don't have to learn. Company does what? They're good at what they do, and they do trading, and therefore they're able to trade our Bitcoin and give us back a return on it on a daily basis. We also have blockchain education for the members. We also have health and wellness products that person can buy with their Bitcoin. So as I mentioned, Bitcoin is also a transactional currency. So now you can buy stuff with it as well. All right, so the company provide products that you can purchase with your Bitcoin. And also we have debit cards for persons who want to receive commissions in through a debit card. Okay, so before we go into the money of our compensation plan, let's read our disclaimer to you. We are an authorized cryptocurrency trading company. We are by no means a financial advisor. We suggest you always consult your financial advisor if you have one. We strongly recommend that you do your own due diligence, read the terms and conditions, and understand them. We believe that once you do, you will see what we see. And guys, remember, the company and myself, we are offering you no financial advice. Okay, so let's take a look at the compensation plan. All right, so our compensation plan, guys, we have various packages that you can purchase. Now remember, you have to have Bitcoin. So get back to the person who invited you and let that person tell you how we acquire our Bitcoin first. Okay, so now when you have your Bitcoin based on the package you want to purchase and invest, all right, now you can do choose from the packages here. So under the silver package, we have a $100, $400, and $600 worth in Bitcoin that you can choose from. Under the gold package, we have a $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 worth in Bitcoin. Under the platinum package, we have the $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 worth in Bitcoin. And under the titanium package, we have 500,000 limits worth in Bitcoin. Every package, regardless if you purchase in a 100 up to a 500,000 package, all packages come with a software fee of $19. Okay, now what's the return based on the package you purchase? Regardless if you purchase a 100 or 500,000, everyone receives the same interest on a daily basis. Okay, so that interest starts from 0.5, which is a 0.5%, up to 3% per day. Yes, you heard me right, per day, not per week, nor per month, nor per year. That's per day. So let me break it down for you, and let's see how you can earn from the package you purchase. So we're going to start off with a 100 package. This is the minimum you can get started with, all right? There's no package underneath this amount. The smallest package is $100, okay, worth in Bitcoin. So let's say you start with a $100 package, you're going to earn yourself 1% per day on average, okay? So that 1% will break down to about $1 per day. So for you to get that double, that means you will have to earn $1 per day, all right? You have to earn $1 per day, all right, for 200 days. $1 per day for 200 days. Therefore, it means your company would have doubled your money in 200 days, which is about 6 months. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit down and wait on a whole, all right? Wait a minute, guys. I'm not going to sit down and wait on the $1 per day, okay? 6 months to earn just an extra $100, but this is where you start, okay? This is where you start. So it means then when you get started, you can do what? You can add to that account and keep building it, all right? So therefore in 6 months now you have by far more money, okay, to earn over that 6 months period. Okay, so let's look at the idea of actually moving up to 1,000. So now let's say you invest 1,000, 1,000 will give you $10 a day interest. Therefore, it means in 200 days, all right, you don't have $2,000. What if you take that $2,000 and reinvest it for another 200 days? Now you have $4,000. So that's a whole year. A whole year, guys. All right. You start off with 1,000, and within a year, you're able to what? Make $4,000. Therefore, $3,000 profit on that $4,000, on that $1,000 that you would have invested. So what if it was $10,000? $10,000 in a year, you made $40,000. What if it was $100,000 in a year, you made $400,000? Okay, because you get it double twice within 1 year. All right. Okay, so let's look at the compensation plan as it relates to persons now who want to go out and refer persons. Now, let me just go back here a minute, guys. Everything, every dollar that you earn here from your package, all right, has nothing to do with referring persons. This is the first part of the business. Every single person that joined PGI will have a package, whether it be $100 package, $1,000 package, or multiple packages, because you can have multiple packages running all at the same time. That means you can buy $100 package and then turn and buy yourself a 400 package, then turn and buy yourself a 600 package, then turn and buy yourself a 1,000 package, right? And have all those packages earning from on a daily basis. Okay, so just understand that this earnings that you get here, this return that you're going to receive, has nothing to do with referring persons. Referring persons now, all right, this is what you earn from getting other persons involved, but this is extra income, additional income to what I just explained here. Okay, so let's look at this additional income. When you refer two persons, you're going to earn when you refer a person, you're going to earn yourself a 6% referral commission. So let's say you refer person number one, you get 6%. That person joined at $100, that's $6. If they join at $1,000, that's $60. All right, 6% of the amount that the package is worth. Okay, so by the time you bring two persons in, guys, you can qualify for something called a 2% boost up. How do you qualify? As long as you sign up two persons within your first 30 days, that will qualify you for 2%, additional 2% added to the 6%. Okay, now you're getting your referral commission now increases to what? 8%. How many persons do you need to qualify? Only two, but can you refer more than two? Oh yes, you can refer as many persons as you want. Okay, but you only need two to qualify, and as long as you're qualified for life. Okay, so let's look at the binary now. The binary now is basically how you get paid when you refer other persons. You're two going to start to refer persons. So let's look at this example. You start out with your two persons and your two persons referred there too, that's now 4. The 4 persons referred there too, that's now 8. The 8 persons referred there too, that's 16. The 16 persons referred to, that's 32. And it keeps going like that. All right. So that's just an example. Okay. Because you had qualified for that 2% boost up, the 2% would also carry over into the binary. It was carried over to the referral. It will also carry forward also to the binary. So now your binary now becomes 10% instead of 8%. Okay. So let's see how this pays. At 10%, guys, let's say you have accumulated 25 persons on the right, 25 persons on the left. Now, guys, it could be any amount. This does not stop you to earning, okay, because you don't have 25 as yet. It could be 5, it could be 5, 10, 5, 20, 20, 30. But I'm just going to give you an idea so you get an idea how the pay plan works. So we are saying that you have 25 persons on the right, 25 persons on the left. One side, so let's say the right side will become what we call the cumulative volume. All right, so you need to have a side that accumulates volume. Then you have a side that pay out. That's how it works. So therefore, we will say your left side is your payout side. How much do you have on the left side? 25 persons. So if all 25 persons just join at $100, that will earn you $250. If all 25 persons also move up from $100 to where? $400, that will earn you $1,000. If the same 25 persons, okay, move up to 600 package, that will earn you $1,500. If they all move up to a 1,000 package, that will earn you what? $2,500. So if you add it all up, okay, this will earn you a total of $5,250. Now, guys, just that the persons here in your team, those 25 persons were buying packages and moving up, YouTube will be doing the same. All right. And where does this money come from? From your commission. So when you earn that $250, you can do what? Boost up to a higher package. When you earn that $1,000, you can do what? Take it and buy yourself a 1,000 package. All right, 1,500. You see, you can buy yourself more packages there. 2,500. Again, you buy yourself more packages there. So now you have a total reinvested of what? $5,250. Now, because you have that reinvested in packages, PGI will double it, and now that 5,250 now becomes 10,500. Guys, if you continue to increase, okay, and compound that 10,500, you reinvest it, PGI double it, becomes what? 21,000. You reinvested 21,000, PGI double it, becomes 42. You invested 42, PGI double it, becomes what? 84. All right. So this is just an example. Okay. And by doing that, you will find that you earn yourself at least 1 Bitcoin. Okay. 1 Bitcoin, because when you withdraw it, it coming paid to you back in Bitcoin. Whenever you withdraw your earnings from the company, you're paid it in Bitcoin. Now, when Bitcoin go up in value and you earn and you holding up at least a Bitcoin, all right, and Bitcoin jumped to $350,000 this year, that's 700,000 Barbados dollars. That's almost $1 million. Can you work for that kind of money in that short space of time? How long would it take you to work for $700,000? That's the question. How long would it take you? All right. And I'm saying to you, here you have a business, okay, that you can actually build and earn that kind of money, because you're gonna be piggybacking on Bitcoin as it goes up in value. So the key thing is to earn yourself as much Bitcoin so that when Bitcoin go up in value, it propel you forward in earnings or value, okay, or the amount of money that you have. All right, so guys, get back in touch with the person who invited you. Let that person know that you want to get started, and also thank that person for inviting you on the call today. All right, so let me just open up quickly for any questions you may have. All right, let me just unmute. Okay, so we are now unmute. Okay, persons, you can go ahead and unmute yourself if you have a question. I'm here to answer your questions before we bring our presentation to a close.
Chris.
Hi.
I had a friend of mine who I was telling them about it. I was telling them about the blockchain. I think this today, Rich, they didn't know about it, but he was at work and couldn't hear this message. I hear you said that you had it recorded.
Yes.
How could I get that recording?
All right, so what I'll do, after the presentation, I normally convert it, and then I will upload it to YouTube, okay? And then I will then put up the link, the YouTube link. So I will pass it on to Woody that he can pass it to you. Or if you want, you can just put, yeah, you can pass, and yeah, you can get hold of Woody today. Yeah, get hold of Woody today, yes, and he will pass it on to you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Wonderful.
So in other words, also you're saying that, you know, for those who might be, you know, in terms of money might be tight, you could start with $100 and accumulate, you know, as money come in, accumulate to the point where you could, after 6 months, could probably, you know, throw in $1,000 or whatever. Because the thing is, with the way how the cryptocurrency work, it just going up in value because it's cryptocurrency.
Yeah, and not only that, because the demand also for the currency is now increasing. You know, crypto is now getting ready to, it's on the brink of going into mass adoption, right? So therefore, because we're talking of a limited supply of Bitcoin, and the more people want it, therefore the value is going to push it further up, right? Like any other commodity, supply and demand.
Right. So it's slowing down right now. So I could see exactly why.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. All right. So let's go over to, let's take we're gonna take a testimony, all right, before we bring our presentation to a close. So let's go over to Fiona. Fiona, would you like to share with us your experience since joining PGI?
Hi, and good afternoon to all. Chris, awesome presentation as always.
Thank you.
Guys, you are here to and listen to a very awesome presentation, guys. Awesome. PGI is fabulous, guys. It is fantastic. I believe in this company, guys. PGI to the world. I tell persons every single day, I talk about PGI every single day, guys. When I joined PGI on the 31st of October, guys, I didn't have this much information as you guys did. You know, we jump on faith, guys. We jump in on faith. You know, and I jump in, guys, at $100, just $100, guys. You know, and I saw my first dollar, and I saw my second dollar, I saw my third, you know, and I said, you know, that's so awesome just to get paid, guys, just to be getting paid, guys. Because, you know, for me, during the pandemic, guys, you know, I had a small little business, and just like that, it just disappeared, guys. Have not worked in over 2 years. So PGA, guys, is a blessing for me, you know, is give me the freedom to earn that paycheck, you know, to have that little income. And that's why I'm pushing so hard, and I'm pushing really, really hard, guys, to make sure my business is a success. You know, then I decided, look, you know what? I need to invest in my business. I need to invest in me. You know, guys. So now I've been all in. You know, I end up spending buying another $500 package that's earning me like $6 a day, guys. You know, and then I didn't stop there. You know, I took my earnings and I reinvest them, you know, because it's a sacrifice thing. You know, I can use my earnings and I can do this and I can do that. But know what, guys? I'm compounding, I'm reinvesting, I am building my business, guys. You know, so right now, guys, I'm earning $20 a day. 20, guys. That's awesome for not earning income for 2 years. You know, and this month, guys, I can add to it. I can add another $1,000 package to it, guys. You know, so that'd be $30 a day. That's so awesome, guys. We have a company that's willing to help us to succeed, to have that financial freedom, guys. So, you know, thank the person that invited you here. Thank them, thank them, thank them. And, you know, come and be part of this awesome, awesome company, guys. You know, I can't speak enough about PGI. It's just, I love PGI, guys. You know, so come and join us. Come be part of us. You know, and they don't procrastinate. You know, you got a lot of information to you. You know, listen. If you don't know, if you want to find out something, you gotta ask the questions. You have to ask. That's the only way, guys, that we can assist you in answering your questions so that you will have the right information so you can make that informed decision about your future, you know? And come be part of us. Come be part of PGA. PGA to the world, guys. I, Fiona Richards, believe in PGA. Thanks, Chris, for allowing me to share.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Fiona. Really appreciate you sharing with us this afternoon. Okay, we're going to take one more before we go. All right, so let's open it to Granville. Granville, you're there. Would like to share with us your experience?
Yes, I want to say good afternoon to everyone. I want to say how happy and pleased that I'm a part of this awesome company, PGI. I have no regrets in becoming a member. You know why? Because PGI is slowly changing my life. I started on the 28th of October last year, and with $100 package. And I started earning $1 a day after 72 hours. But I said, hey boy, this is good. But I also told myself, why should I have to wait 200 days to earn another $100 on top of that? The same length of time I could wait to earn 100, I could earn the same amount, a bigger amount in the same period of time. So I went to my credit union and I borrowed $1,000. And normally I would do this every Christmas to aid myself out through the Christmas period. And it would take a whole year to repay that money. But I was able to repay this money to the credit union in 3 months, all because of PGI. Started withdrawing money on a weekly basis and accumulated funds in my blockchain wallet. I put a little more because I had an intention of buying a $1,000 package. And when the Bitcoin went up to $47,000, my money in my wallet also increased. And I had $906 there. And I put the remainder and I was able to purchase a $1,000 package. Since then, I continue earning and I purchased another $600 package. So all right now I'm earning $22 a day. And within the last 2 days, I was able to purchase another $600 package. So in another, when the 72 hours is up, I will be earning $28 a day. And that is a goal that I am trying to reach because my goal is to earn at least $1,000 every month. And it is becoming very, very possible because in a short period of time, I will be purchasing either another $1,000 package or a $600 package, and that will push me over the $1,000 limit per month. So people, take my advice. Don't be a skeptic. Go to your banks and to your credit union. Take out some of your money. Let your money work for you, because the bank is letting your money work for them, and they're getting all the interest and barely giving you anything.
Okay, thanks very much, Granville. Thank you so much for sharing this afternoon. Guys, I just want to say again, thanks for taking time to be here this afternoon. Get back to the person who invited you. Our next session will be at 8 p.m. Tonight. So the link is the same. So you're welcome to come back. And also you can send the link out to your friends, your families, so that they can be educated too about this digital asset. So again, guys, thanks very much again. And God bless you guys tonight at 8 p.m.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Chris.
All right, bye-bye.
Good afternoon.